Hi, everyone. I'm Jamie Vaughn with CCM Magazine, and I'm here today with our guest, Jeff Senour, who is from the group Called to Serve. Hi, Jeff. How are you?
I'm great, Jamie. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. I hope you had a great Christmas and are having a great New Year.
I did. How about you?
I did. Very good one. I spent it with family, which was awesome and
Yeah.
wonderful. Yep. So we're here today to talk about a new album that you have with your band Called to
Huh?
Serve, also known as CTS, and it is called Angels and Miracles. How did this album come
Yes.
about?
Well, it's been a compilation of numerous songs over several years. As you probably know, as a songwriter, it's kind of always coming out of you. So uh, even sometimes at 3 in the morning, you wake up with a lyric or a melody in your head. And so a lot of these songs have been over several years.
Mhm.
And what's interesting about the album is it got delayed because we were so busy with other things. And then we recorded it late last year, well now 2019, but
Mhm.
the timeliness of it I think is so appropriate because of today's world, and I think that it's kind of God's timing, like why did it have to wait? Why did it? And then we came out and we were like, whoa, it couldn't be any more appropriate for today's world going on. When COVID hit, I mean, 2020 was a year, as you know, we'll all remember, not necessarily in great ways, but an interesting year for sure. So I think the album was so timely, and that's really God's plan to me. He brought it out when He was ready. So
Your band's name, Called to Serve, where did you get that from?
I'm a very patriotic individual, and I love my country and America. And I never served in the military. I wanted to be a fighter pilot, but I wore contact lenses, and so I went the civilian route in aviation. But I also know that God calls us to be servants, have a servant's heart. And it's easy to say that, but it's harder to, I think, put it into action. And we live in a pretty self-centered world. So I tell people, call to serve is it's about serving our God, serving our family, serving our community. What can we all do? You don't have to serve in the military to make a difference in the world, but you can serve in other ways. Have a servant's heart, even down to the basic premise of a relationship, a marriage. I think if each person has a servant's heart, like what can I do for that person to make their life better? And that person has the same mindset, it's going to be a relationship that works. And I think we live in such a world that it's what's in it for me? What about me? What about me? And so call to serve is just that kind of premise of God, family, country. I tell people that are whining and complaining, what do you do for your community? Do you ever volunteer your time? Go do something. Go make a difference. And so that's kind of the message behind the name of the band.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. So, Jeff, with your new album, Angels and Miracles, if a fan sits down and listens to it start to finish, what do you want them to take away from it?
What I'd like to take away is that the world we're living in, I would say perspective
Mhm.
is a one word description of what's perspective. Perspective is seeing the world, maybe the glass is half full rather than it's half empty. We seem to like it's doom and gloom everywhere we look nowadays. And when I talk to people about that, and I talk on our stages about this at our concerts, that look at life, that this journey of life is so short. We don't know how long or short we get, but what do you do with that? The day, each day is a gift. And so perspective is looking at the world like, yeah, we've got a coronavirus, we've got this going on, but humanity's always had ups and downs and hurdles to overcome. In 1918, if you were born around that time, there was the Spanish flu, then there was World War I, World War II, then a depression, and all of these things. So we've always had the hurdles to overcome. So rather than looking at it that hopeless, have hope that, and knowing that, to me, God's in control of this journey we call life, and we just have to live our life. Doesn't mean we can't be cautious about things that are going on, but we have to live our life. Don't live in fear, because the moment we let fear overcome us, we just, we're not living to me. So that's really the perspective of life. It's not so bad, be cautious and careful, but it's not so bad.
Right.
So thank God we have modern medicine and we can cure things now and take care of things. 100 years ago, they just suffered and died. And so hopefully perspective, the songs, and the songs run the gamut. There's a song called Miracles. It's about God's miracles. There's another one, there's We the People. That's kind of our patriotic one. There's Angels Watch Over Me. There's War, which is a song, it's right out of Ephesians. It's about a battle of good against evil, and to me, that's what makes sense biblically, what's going on in the world. There's a lot of battle of good and evil. And so hopefully that's what they take away from the album.
Now, people might not know this, but a fun fact about you is that you were an aerial pilot for the Screen Actors Guild. Now, I would
Yes.
love to hear the story behind that and some of the films that you've worked on.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a career pilot, still flying. I learned to fly at Van Nuys Airport. My dad was a private pilot, so I had the flying. I had two bugs in me, aviation and music. My mom was a violinist. My dad was a private pilot. And I was lucky enough that they brought that into my life. I was hooked from the moment I first experienced it. So flying, I learned to fly out of Southern California. I grew up there, went to college there, and flight instructor, then got into jets. And then eventually I flew a lot of movie stars, celebrities around, doing charters. And one thing led to another. And I ended up in Screen Actors Guild doing on-camera stuff for different TV shows. I mean, I'm going to date myself, but Fall Guy, Knight Rider, Murder, She Wrote, all those old shows so I do a taxi scene or a flyby scene. And then I learned aerial photography through another gentleman that was doing it at the time. And then he and his partner broke off, and I ended up flying that camera system. So I fly a very specialized camera system. It's a periscope through the belly of the plane and the ceiling, pans 360. So as the pilot, I'm a dolly, basically a dolly driver. I call it a 300-mile-an-hour dolly. So I can pull up next to another jet and fly, because you have to have a camera going that fast, and I can create motion on screen. So aside from hundreds of airline commercials, research and development, I've flown for NASA, at Edwards Air Force Base, but movie-wise, I've worked on True Lies, Executive Decision, Hot Shots, Silence of the Lambs, those kind of movies. So from the audience, most people don't get. I'm kind of terrible to watch a movie with, because I'm looking at it from that's a really cool helicopter shot, and people are like, what are you talking about? But as the audience, you see these amazing shots of another plane in flight, and you don't think of it. Well, there was another plane next to that plane to take that picture. So it's kind of a subliminal thing. So that's and I've been very blessed to get to do that. And talk about perspective. Aviation has brought a lot of perspective in my life. You see the world from 7 miles up, and it brings a whole new, like, wow, I'm not that significant in this big world,
Yeah.
So I need to put things in perspective. And then I fly helicopters too. I flew Channel 9 News out of LA for years. I've got 25 years at Southwest Airlines. I was a captain there. I retired, and I'm back in aviation doing the film work again, flying helicopters in the Learjet. I'm living the dream, loving it.
That is amazing. That is amazing.
So,
what are you hoping 2021 brings for Called to Serve?
Well, for Called to Serve, and many artists, all the artists out there that are, what a rough year 2020 was for. I mean, live performances just went to nothing. And not only to the artists, but the sound and lighting and the audio, the technicians, and music, I tell, I'm a math nut. So, you know, when you tell people that music has 12 notes in it, 12, but think of what it does to your soul, how powerful it is. And so in 2021, my goal and my dream for us and other artists is that we can get back to living, back to what we do and what we love to do. I know, to me, the blessing of jumping on a stage and turning a switch on, you can, you know, I tell the guys in the band, you can, how many people get to get on a stage and take 400 or 500 people or whatever, how many, and you can make them stand, sit, dance, cry, laugh, sing, clap. I mean, what an honor that is. And so hopefully we can this year get back to doing that and just bring some joy to people's lives and some hope and some love. And I think that people are hungry for it. You know, they're ready to get out. So,
absolutely. I completely agree with you.
yeah.
It has been a pleasure talking with you today. Cannot
Oh, Jamie, thank you.
You're very welcome. And we can't wait to see what God has in store for Called to Serve. And everyone, make sure to go out and download, stream Angels and Miracles by Called to Serve. I know that you can find it on Spotify as CTS and Jeff Senour. And we are really excited to see what's next. Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you, Jamie. God bless. Happy New Year.
You too.
All right. Bye.